Yeah, so you're welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we'll be dealing with the part two of the detailing aspects of structural design, and we'll be using this Siafat template. That is the template I use uh, for my detailings, and let me show you guys the template that I'm talking about, which I've already discussed extensively in the part one. So this is the template I use for my structural design. This is the template I use for my structural design. So you have the strip, you have the reinforcement details for the strip, you have the raft, you have, and I also have template for the pie foundation also. I have template for the pie. You can see the various pie caps. Yeah. So I'm gonna continue from where I stopped for the part one. So we have three base types, and I've just completed the first base type. So the idea is actually to just try and tweak the result of the software to suit what I have. Yeah. So I've this is the layout that we were working on. I'm almost done with it anyways. So this is what we have here. Yeah, so the next one now is base type 2 now. So for base type 2, what I have is 2 3 by 2 3. So we just come over to the template and look at if I have anyone that is closer to it. So the one that is closer to 2300 is this 1900. So what I will do is this, I'll copy selection and bring it out there. I'll bring it there. Then what I have is 2 3 by 2 3. So I can move this to the side here. So I have 2 3 by 2 3. Okay, very good. So I don't want to stretch. I want to take it from the center because I have the column at the center. So what I will do is 2 3 divided by 2. So 2300 divided by 2. So you have 1150. Okay. So let's get the center. This is the center of the column. So we have 0 here, 1150 here too, right? So ticket is 1150, right? Okay, yeah, 1150. Then we also take it here also 1150. Then we take it here also 1150. Take it here also. Then we fillet. Let's use the fillet. So let's fillet. Press Shift key. Let's fillet. Same thing as this one. Press the Shift key and so let's use the fillet command and join everything together. Okay, very good. So this is what we have now. So let's match properties. Let's match properties. Let's go for match properties. So if you finish it, you can join it and make it as a single entity, just as you like. So this is off now, right? So we need the we need to extend this. So remember that the concrete cover, according to the BS code of practice, is for foundation is 50 millimeter. So let's offset 50 mm. Let's offset 50 mm. Okay. Same thing here also. Same thing here also. So you can copy, you can move anyone, but this is the way I do it. So we have what? So we have 0, enter, 50, enter. Same thing here also. Or let's use this. Let's use this. Okay, let's move this down. Let's move this down. Very good. So let's extend. So you have EX enter. Let's extend it. Then let's move this down. Then let's go up also. You have ex, enter. Yes. Yeah. Then let's move this up. Let's move this up. Then same here also. Extend this. Extend this. Then okay. Let's delete what. Let's delete what is it that we do not need there. Let's delete whatever is it that we do not need there. Yeah. So we do not need this. And we do not need this. So you can see that the structure is actually coming out fine now. So the idea is just for you to know how to use AutoCAD. That's just it. Okay, so let's move this up. Let's move this up. So okay, so you have 150 there. Let's move this to the edge. Let's take this to the edge. Let's take this to the edge. Let's move this to the edge. The bar is actually 23 by 23. So let's move this to the edge also. So you have 23 here, 150. Okay. So the next thing we need to do is to let's let's take the dimension for this. So let's take it out because we'll still bring that one outside. So let's match properties. Let's match properties. Let's match properties. And let's move this. Let's move this. Let's move this here. Yeah. Okay. So you can see that it's actually coming up now. So the same thing is also here also, but so we need to move this. Let's move this up. Let's move it up. So let's move this up also. Let's move this up. Yeah. So let's copy. Let's place it here. So so let's measure this and let's see if it's gonna give us 2 3. So let's match properties. Very good. So let's go. Okay. So let's. So the idea is to stretch this. So let's move this. Yeah. So let's take it up. Let's take it up. Okay. Let's just. Okay. Let's do it like this. So let's put X A V enter. Let's drop this here. And let's drop this here. Okay. So let's move this. Let's move it. Let's move it. So let's move this also. So let's move this. Let's move this. Okay. Very good. So then we can extend. Yeah. So let's extend and let's extend. So let's check what the software is giving us. The software is giving us 10 by 16 and 250. So let's change this to 10. This 23 by 23. Okay. So let's change this to 10. So like I said, I take my time to make sure I teach us on the principles of structural design and detailing. Yeah. So the same thing we did here, let's do it again. Let's do XL, enter, H, enter. So let's drop this here. So the whole idea is just for you to just be able to know how to tweak your AutoCAD to suit what you have on the template. So then let's extend this. And let's also extend this, and let's change this to 250, and let's also change this to 250. Let's put 10 there. Okay, very good. So then we can delete this. We don't need all this. We can delete this. This was just to make us um take it to the edge of where the reinforcement is. Okay, so now remember this is BT2. This is BT2. So let's count. Okay. So let's go to BT1 first, and let's count how many numbers we have for BT1. So for BT1, let's count. Let's go to the layout. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for BT1, we have 10 numbers. So you can put 10 numbers. Okay. Then for BT2, let's count how many we have. I think we also have 10. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for BT2 also, we have 10 also. We also have 10 also. So we can put 10 number toss here. 10 number toss here. So yeah. So let's now go to the section. Let's go to the section. So okay, this is the section. Please, I need you to pay close attention to this. This is very, very important. Okay, so this is the section. So let's put the section here. So this one is 19 by 19, but what we have is actually 23 by 23. So what we'll do is this. So let's draw a line here, and let's offset. So we have a 0, enter, 2, 300, enter. Are we together? So the next thing we need to do is to do what? Is to stretch this. So let's stretch this. Let's stretch this. Let's stretch this. Okay. So let's confirm what we have there. If it's actually 2, 3. Yeah, so that's that. Now the next thing we need to do is to try and centralize this. I don't know if I centralize this. Okay. It's just to try and make this center. You don't you just move it to the middle. It's not rocket science. Yeah, just move it to the middle. We have 6 6, so I'll just pick the middle one and put it at the center. Same thing here also. So so let's so let's okay, let's try and distribute the distribution bar first. So we have how many do we have? We have 10. We have 10. So let's divide this. This should give us 2,200. So we have 2,200 divided by 9. 2,000. So we have 2,200 divided by 9. So we have 245, right? So let's now offset now. 0, enter, 245, enter. So the idea is just for us to have that 10 numbers of the distribution bar there. Remember, I said the distribution bar is also 10. So this is what we have now. Okay. Then the last one here. Oh, don't worry, okay. Let's move this out. Yeah. So let's put this out here. Okay. So we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Very good. So we can now start moving the zeros. We can start moving the distribution bars to their various points. Start moving them to their various points. Please, it is important that you know how to use AutoCAD. It's very, very important. In fact, if you want to learn structural design, the first thing you need to do is for you to learn AutoCAD, because the AutoCAD is what tells is the language that you're trying to pass across the contractor on the site. So you need to know how to use AutoCAD. It's actually very, very important. So all what I'm doing now is just to tweak is just to tweak it to suit what I have on my template. That's all. It's not as if I'm doing anything big. I mean, there's no rocket science in what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make sure that I have 1010 just as what is on the layout, as we can see here. So um see so as you can see, okay, this is what we have now. So let's copy this. Yeah, let's copy this and let's put this here also. Okay, very good. So I think we're almost done. So let's delete this let's delete this and let's delete this as we can. Yeah. So okay, so let's let's change this to what we have here. So this is base type 2, base type 2 2. So we can just make this 1 1 because it's a square foot. Like I said square footing is very easy to detail and it's also very easy to place on the site. So that's why most times we go for square footing instead of this thing, instead of a rectangular footing. Even when you're doing your this manual design for a part footing, the square footing is actually very, very easy and fast. Within 10 minutes, you're through. You've already gotten your moment. You've already checked for punching. So this is one. So I'm not gonna do for base type 3. I'm gonna leave that to you to use it and practice. Yeah. So you just use it and practice. You just use it and practice. So I because I want to do the beam design and the column. I want to do them. Yeah, so I want to do the beam design and the column. So I'm not going to do for base type 3. So when you get the template on seller, then you can do for base type 3. All you need to do is just to copy the result of the total details into the template. Then all you need to do is just to tweak it. So this thing, like I said, the template has already reduced your work by over 80% already. So all you're just doing is just to match properties, copy paste. That's all. So it's not a rocket science. So you can see that it's actually very, very simple and very, very easy. So I'm just trying to match it to what we have on the template. Okay, now then as in remember that the depth here is actually 400. It's not 300. So how do we go about that? So the same thing also. So this is what we do. So let's get let's get this out. Let's do 0 enter 400 enter. Then let's now try and stretch this now. Let's try and stretch this. So let's try and stretch this. Yeah. So let's stretch. Yeah, let's move it up. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Let's explode this. Let's explode this and let's see. Okay. So let's click on stretch and let's take it up. Okay. You can also use this. I don't want to waste time on it. So you can also use this one also. So just extend. Don't need this any longer. Don't need this any longer. So like I said, all I'm doing is just AutoCAD. I'm not doing any magic. I'm not doing anything serious. So let's just take this up. Let's take this up. Then let's try and get our concrete cover. 0, enter, 50, yeah, 50, enter. So then let's extend this up. Extend, extend. Then let's delete this. Let's delete this. Then let's move this. Let's just move this up. Let's take this up and let's trim this off. Let's trim this off. Let's trim this off. Okay. So let's just let's get our 400. Let's get our 400. So let's measure. Let's measure. So let's match properties. Let's match properties. Okay, and let's take this up. Yeah, very good. So you can see. So let's try and centralize it. Okay, we have 10 array. So let's just take it. Just move it. Just move it. It's not. You have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's just leave it here. So this is base type 2. So I'm gonna give you the base type 3 as an assignment. So I will just advise you to try and get the template on Seller. Yes, it will be uploaded there to Seller this week. So you'll be able to. Okay, it's the other way around. Okay, let me just move. Okay, let me move this. Move this out and take this up. Yeah, let me move this up. Move this up. Let me take this down. Yeah, very good. So then we can now do some house cleaning. So that's that for this. So you can just take your section and just place it here. And we can just call this one section 3. We can call this section 3. Yeah, very good. Then this one you can just change it to 33. So like I said, all I'm doing is just basically AutoCAD. I'm not doing anything serious or a big deal. These ones are not needed. We can delete this. Don't need this. We can delete this. So I'm gonna give you guys the ways of doing this at an assignment. The base type 3. So the base type 3 is actually 24 by 24. So just follow the same principles and let me see. So you can just do a small video and just send it to me, or you can just convert it to PDF and send it to me on WhatsApp. I will drop my number in the description of this video if if possible. Then if I don't, you can just drop a comment for me on the comment section. So the next thing we need to do now is to try and bring out is to try and bring out our dimensions actually. So you click on dimensions. So you click on dimensions, then you take it to the center and you take it up here. Just drop it here. So then we need to continue. So you just go to annotate and click on the continuation one. Continuation one. So you just continue dropping it at the center. You just continue dropping it at the center. Continue dropping it at the center. You continue dropping it at the center. Yes. So let's come to the vertical side. Let's come to the vertical side. So let's click on dimension also. Let's click on dimension. Yeah. So let's go to um Okay, let's go to annotate and click on continue. Click on continue. So you have your template with you. So all you need to do is just to match properties. So just let's click on match properties. I'll teach you another way in which you can bring out your dimension without matching property. That one is very, very easy and fast. I will teach you guys when we get to the BIM. So just do this, we'll do this. So you can see that our structure is actually coming out very fine. It's coming out very, very fine. So the next thing we need to do now is to try and match property for the grid line. So let's do this. Let's match properties. So let's match properties. So like I said, all you need to do is just to match property. That's all. Just match property, copy, paste, match property, copy, paste. So the template has actually reduced your work by over 70 to 80%. If you know how to use AutoCAD very, very well, you shouldn't waste time on your detailing. You shouldn't waste any time at all on your detailing. All you need to do is just to copy it to this template. And once you've actually copied it to the template, you just proceed to what you're doing and just actually get it over with. That's all. It's not something serious. It's not something. Yeah, the reason why I'm just taking my time is because of the fact that I'm actually explaining it to you guys. Then, yeah, so you can see. Let me remind you of what this looked like, what it looked like before this. Then, so let's get a name for this. Yeah, so let's get a name for this. So you can call it. Let's just call it foundation layout. Let us call it foundation layout. Let's call it foundation layout. Okay, no, it has to be in capital letter. Yeah, so um let me show you what we had ab initio before this. Let me show you what we had. Let me show you what we had ab initio. So this is what we had ab initio. This is what we brought from. I'm coming. Let me check if this is recording. So this is what we brought from. Um, so this was what we brought from data details. So can you compare this now to what this template has actually given us now? So can you compare this to this? Can you compare this to? Can you see how beautiful this is? Can you see that you can't even compare it to this? Well neat, well structured, and well placed. So please, I would advise you to get the template. Get the template. The template is actually very, very important. Like I said, it reduces your work by over 70 to 80%. And the template is a combination of all the structural designs that I have done. We have a raft template here, we have a pie template here, we have slab, everything. I mean, there's no template you've done. So as in, I'm actually taking my time to try and put everything together for you guys. So but it's gonna be available on seller. So let's proceed now. Let's proceed. Now the next thing we need to do. So we are through with the foundation layout. Now the next thing we need to do is to work on the column detailing. To work on the column detailing now I'm going to teach you the secret I use for the column detailing. So let's copy this. Let's copy this. You know what we are going to do? I don't want anything to distract us. I don't want anything. Okay, this is already in the template already. So we have it here already. So these ones, let's put these ones. These ones that we're working on now. These ones that we're working on now. Let's put it in a box. Yes, so the detailing for this particular structure, let's put it in a box and let's make it a little bit bolder. So let's increase the line width. Let's increase the line width. Okay. Yeah. So we already have the part footing and the layout for the foundation. So the next thing is what is the column. So let's copy the column. Let's copy it and let's bring it here. So for the column, I'll teach you the secret I use for my column detailing. I'll teach you the secret. So what we need to do for the column is so we go to total details. This is how I get my reinforcement details for my column. We go to total details, then we come to building analysis and we go to post analysis. Then we click on the column and wall designs. So like I said, it's actually one suspended floor, G plus one. So you will be having column from ground to first and from first to the roof. So you can see that I have 4y20. I have 4y20. I just want to check the sizes of the reinforcement that I have. I want to check that. So okay, so as this thing, I can see now that as there are some places I have 4y20 and there are places that I have 4y16. Very good. That means what this means is that I'll be having two column types. I'll be having two column types. So what this actually means is that if I'm having two column types and all the columns are just from the ground floor to the roof, I don't have any column from the ground floor to the first floor or from the first floor to the this is like I said, the structure, the arrangement of the partitions are actually typical up to the roof. So now, the next thing we need to do now is to now try and look for a way to try and group it now. What I mean by grouping is this. So, okay, now let's now my okay. So the headroom of my own structure is actually 3150. It's actually 3150 to the top of the slab. So depending on what you have on the architectural drawing, you follow what is on the architectural drawing. You follow what is architectural drawing. So it's actually 3150 to the top of the slab. So this one is telling us that from the ground floor to the top of the slab is what 3150. So depending on what you have, all you need to do is just to extend this up. Yes, it's just to move it up. Or if you have 3.5, 3.6, it's just for you to try and move move this beam. The beam at the top of the slab, it's just for you to just try and move it up. But mine is 3150. So like I said, I have two base type. I have two I have two column types. Rather, I have type 1 and type 2. And from what I can see, so this one is actually for two suspended floors. So we need to now try and tweak it to suit what we have. So I don't need this. I'll remove this. So I do not need this. I'll remove this. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this and I do not need this. Let's trim this off. Yeah, let's trim this off. Let's trim this off. You see? Yeah. So, but it has to be like this. It has to be like this, not like this, because this one is making it look as if it is a slab actually. So what we need to do is I can copy this. I can copy this. Sorry. So what we need to do is this. I can just copy this. Sorry, I'm coming. Let me. So you will need to remove this. Yeah, so because what we have left is just it's just the roof beam. That's what we have left. So let's copy this. So let's bring the roof. Yeah, so let's bring the roof. Let's bring this. Yeah, so you can see it's actually so like I said, it's just for you to just to be able to know how to tweak what you have. Just for you to be able to know how to track what you have. That's all. Let's take this up here. Let's trim this off. So we have ground to face and first to roof. And remember, this is actually 300. Yeah, the roof beam is 300. The roof beam is 300. So what we need to do now is let's do this. XLH enter. Let's drop this here. So let's let's move the top. Let's move the top of the beam. Let's delete this. Yeah, you can see that it's actually coming out very nice now. Then let's remove this. So we have this. So we have 4y16 and we have some columns that are 4y20. We have some that are 4y20. So this is 4y16. Then we have 4y20 based on on what we just actually 4h20 here. We have 4h20. So let's delete this. So let's just copy this. Let's copy this. Yeah. So let us copy this. Let's copy this. Let's delete this. So let's save. Yeah. So we have 4y20. So we need to now check now. This is 1, 2, this is 1, 2. So let's make this 3. Mm. Let's make this 3. Let's make this 3. So let's make this 5. So we just leave the links as 4. So let's make this 5. Yeah. Let's make this 5. Let's make this 6. Let's make this 7. Okay. 5, 6, 7. Okay. So the same thing we did here also is also applicable here. Okay, there's no need for me even stressing myself. There's no need for me stressing myself. All I need to do is just to copy this because this thing is actually typical. So let me just copy this here. Yeah, let me just copy it here. So all I need to do is just to change it to 4y20. So as in I'm trying to teach you guys how to use the template. And when you when you purchase the template, if you have any question at all, if you have a structural design that you're doing and you have any question or you have any challenge, you can always reach out to me. I'll give you my WhatsApp number so you can reach out to me. Then I can be able to guide you. That is if you actually bought the template, then you would have my attention in actually providing solution to any structural design that you're actually working on. So that is also part of the benefit that you get It is actually buying the template from us. Okay, so this is what we have now. This is what we have. So the next thing we need to do now is to now, so we have C1 and C2. So let's go to the product structure. As I'm just trying to show you how I'm trying to show you how is it that I actually do my this thing detailings. So let's come to product structure now. So let's see. So let's look at the foundation. So you have one C1. So I'm coming. Let me just open. I'm coming. Let me open a okay. Okay. Yeah. So I'm coming. Let me open something. Let me open something. Where is my snipping tool? Okay. My snipping tool is there. Okay. So we have this here. Okay. So let's proceed now. Let's proceed. So let's go to analysis post processing. Okay. So this is what we have. This is what we have. So um we have one C. Let's see where we have 4Y20. 4Y20 is one C9, right? One C9 is 4Y20. Okay. So let's go to one C9. So let's just come one C9. I'm only gonna put the ones that are 20 here. One C9 is 4Y20. Okay. So let's proceed also. Let's proceed. So which one is also 4Y20 also? So let's go. One C12 is 4Y20. One, C- one C12 is 4Y20. One C12 is 4Y20. Okay, let's proceed. Let's proceed. We have so which one is 4Y20 also? Let's see. One C15. One C15 is 4Y20. One C 4Y20. So let's proceed. Let's proceed. So 4Y20 again is one C20. One C20 also is 4Y20. One C20 is 4Y20. So let's proceed again. So let's see. We have one C22 is 4Y20. One C22 is 4Y20. So let's check again. So this is the way I do my column detailing. Very easy and very fast. So you have one C24. Okay, that's all. So we are through with the ones that are having 4Y20. One C24. Okay, very good now. So we're through with this now. So we can close this. Why the rest are 4Y16? You need to be very, very careful. In fact, column detail is by far the most important aspect, because once you miss anything, you've actually missed it. You might just go and give a column that is having 4Y25, you go and put 4Y16 there. So you need to be very, very careful, and you need to be very, very focused. So the next thing we need to do now is to try and replicate it. Okay, let's go to the plan view. Let's go to the plans view. Let's go to story one. So let's go. So let's check. let's check let's check. We have one C24 and one C9. So let's take it one step at a time. So let's come to columns. Let's come to columns. So let's go to one C24, right? We have one C24. So one C24 is on grid line J, right? Grid line J. Okay, very good. So let's take it one step at a time. So let's go. Where is our work? Okay, so let's come to our layout now. So you have grid line J. So here is one C24. So this is six. So this is what type two. This is column type two. Please, I need you to pay very close attention to this. Pay very close attention to this. So grid line what? Um. Oh, yeah, yeah. If we're able to finish with the columns, then we can stop, and the next video can now be the beam and the slab. Then so we have one C24, right? One C24. One C what again? We have one C9 and one C12. Okay, so let's check. So let's click on one C9. One C9. One C9 is on green line. I is on green line I. Okay, so let's go. One C9. One C9 is the third one here. Third one here. So let's change it to column type two. Let's change it to column type two. Let's move it. Yes, the third one here. Then what again? One C12. So let's check for one C12. Let's check for one C12. One C12 is okay. Okay, the next one beside it is also this thing. So this is type two. One C12. This is one C12. So let's change this to C2. So let's change it to C2. So let's move this. Very good. So the next one is what? Next one is one C15. Yeah. So let's check. One C15. Okay. The next one after that. That line practically, I think that line practically is we have more of C2. One C15. Okay. So the next one is what? The next one is okay. One C20 and one C22. So let's check for one C20. One C20. Where is one C20? Okay. The third line from the left in green line J. Yeah. So this one C2. C2. So then the next one is what? The next one is what? The next one is what? Okay. One C22, right? Okay. Just the one beside it. And we are done with the column detailing. I see, very simple and very simple and very easy and very fast. So this, like I said, this template is actually going to reduce stress by over 80%. So we are done with the column detailing. So let's just try and copy this. Let's copy this. Let's copy this and let's take it into the box of our detailing. Let's copy this and let's take it into the box of our detailing. So what we need to do is just to work on this. Just to work on this. That's all. Um, so let's bring the section down. Let's bring the section. Let's just bring the section here. Yeah. So let's bring the section down here. Yeah. So then we have so we're actually cutting through column one, section one. So this is one one. So the one should be here. So let's bring it down. So let's bring it down here. So one. So this is correct. It's correct. So I've changed this to 4. I've changed this to 4. I've changed this to 4. Change this to 4. Let's just change this to 4. The links. Let's change the links to 4 here. Let's change it to 4. So let's. Okay, I've not changed this to 20 mm. So these are all 20 mm. But I think the roof is actually 16 mm. Yeah, 16 mm. I'll check, but it's actually 16 mm. But let's just check. Let's check. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's just use this what 1C22. So we're having 2C22. So this should be 4Y16 because it's just a roof. It's not carrying any load. Just a roof. It's not carrying any load. Yeah. So you can see. So let's leave it at 16 like that. So very good. So very very good. Um. Okay. So this is what we have. This is what we have for the column. So this okay. So the video is already 51 minutes. So the subsequent videos will be working on the column, the beam and the slab. Subsequent videos. So thank you very much.